I can see the first set of numbers from the first set of exit polls that are flashing on our screens right now. ABP News, C-Voter. That was the first set of numbers that was coming in. It says BJP 3 to 7 and the Congress 5 to 9. I think it will slowly play out. They will build the numbers up a little bit further. Republic TV Matriz, Vasudha, is giving 118 to 130 for the BJP as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned, and 97 to 107 for the Congress in Madhya Pradesh. TV9 Bharatvarsh Polstrat is giving 106 to 116 for the BJP, 111 to 121 for the Congress. So it's sort of reversing there. So those are the first set of numbers. We also have Waris Pathan of the Majlis-e-Ittehadul Muslimin, All India Majlis-e-Ittehadul Muslimin, joining us from Hyderabad. But we'll get to Waris first. But this seems to be, before we get to Waris, this seems to be a close contest in Madhya Pradesh. You've got two polls suggesting two different ideas of that state.
Absolutely. I think that was expected, and I think our experts will also be able to elaborate on that better, because this has, Madhya Pradesh has always been about close fights in the last 10 years. Last year, in 2018, we did see both the BJP and the Congress coming very close, and of course, Congress managed to form the government. And of course, this year, if we see, BJP actually was very proactive in announcing its candidates well before time, well before even the elections got announced, and you saw the Congress playing on its hyper-local factors. You saw Kamal Nath taking complete charge of control of the campaign, taking cue from the Karnataka campaign. Yes. I think that
that's the India Today Axis numbers that you're seeing on your screen. There BJP, this is at the moment is TV9 News, BJP 29 to 39, and that's I think Chhattisgarh 54, 64.
Yes.
Then of course there you have Republic TV on Madhya Pradesh. We'll keep flashing those numbers on your screen, but we can take our India Today, My India Axis poll in Chhattisgarh gives 36 to 46 for BJP and 40 to 50 for the Congress. It's a 90-seat assembly. So those are the first numbers before you experts. What do we make of it? Manisha?
Well, Chhattisgarh seems to be a more or less aligned victory in favor of the Congress party, if these numbers are to be believed. And most polls seems to agree on what it is. So, and if this is what the results come out on Sunday then we will dive headlong straight into assessing what the pro-incumbency in favor of the Congress has been, and what the Chief Minister and the next Chief Ministerial phase has promised to its electorate, which is largely an agricultural and rural electorate. So those would be the lessons coming if this is what the numbers look like and results tally. I think the real conundrum seems to be the erstwhile mother state of Madhya Pradesh, where the results are tight, it is said, but you can also see that those tight results are being interpreted in two different ways by two of the polls we have.
Yes.
Of course, we have to wait for more to come out. But that's what would be the real conundrum, I would say.
But clearly, BJP seems to have performed better in Chhattisgarh.
I was just going to say, I wanted
this was
to
from
say
15 to 36. With Bhupesh Baghel, the whole personality-driven campaign that we had.
Yeah. And so when this whole thing started out, it seemed to be a really easy victory for the Congress in Chhattisgarh, and that's what everybody was saying, that they'd come back with the full-scale majority, this, that. But as the campaign proceeded, and the BJP leadership was in a mess. They didn't seem to have any face or anything. But as the campaign proceeded, suddenly the reports were that it's getting closer and tighter, and that, the BJP is catching up. And if these numbers are correct, I don't know, we'll know only on the 3rd, but these numbers do seem to indicate that the BJP in its campaign has managed to narrow the gap with the Congress.
Just stating the numbers again, because we have another poll as well. On the Chhattisgarh India Today Axis My India poll, out of 90 seats, gives 36 to 46 for the BJP, 36 to 46, 40 to 50 for the Congress. The TV5 News poll gives 29 to 39 for the BJP and 54 to 64 for the Congress. The Jan Ki Baat poll, which we are just flashing now on our screens, gives 34 to 45 for the BJP, 42 to 53 for the Congress. So largely in the same direction, all the polls.
Yes. Veera, in Chhattisgarh, I think there was a near unanimity that it seems to be the Congress is ahead.
Yes.
The debate always was what is the quantum of it being ahead. But taking the point just now made, if you see all the three North Indian states where we have the poll, we started off for the campaign by saying that one party is very comfortably ahead. But as the campaign progressed in all the three states, it has become a very, very tough fight.
Right.
And whoever wins in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, it will be, I think, a slender margin which, in terms of number of seats. So the race in all the three states has really become tough as part of the campaign as we go forward.
Bhupesh Baghel is safe. So for the moment, that's the exit poll, sort of indication.
But one thing that every BJP guy has been telling me in Chhattisgarh is Congress needs a victory like what they did in Karnataka, because it's also easy to break parties, and Chhattisgarh has also seen the leadership problem in the Congress with Mr. Deo and also Mr. Baghel. So clearly, lots of political developments.
Maybe we take that across to Shekhar Iyer, and who's also joining us now online. Shekhar, Chhattisgarh seems to be sending out the initial signals of, okay, it's the Congress way.
Hi, this is Shankar.
Shankar.
Sorry,
Shankar.
So in all the campaigns, in all the states, the incumbent has been sufficiently challenged. In Chhattisgarh, it was seen as a one-way street. In Madhya Pradesh, again, you saw the challenger losing ground. In Rajasthan, again, the challengers had lost some ground. So that's the nature of the campaign. I think the BJP is a far more organized mission juggernaut than the Congress. So where in Chhattisgarh, especially, I think they have built on the, the campaign was resting on corruption charges. Basically, in all the 4 states or 5 states, you see the election campaign has been less about ideas or ideology. I think it has been a contest of schemes. So who gives what kind of scheme? So in Chhattisgarh particularly, it is the contest of MSP, basically who gives the higher minimum support price. In Madhya Pradesh, it is who's giving a better loan waiver or a better cash benefit transfer. So it's in the nature of the campaign, and I wouldn't say that Mr. Baghel is safe, because it seems pretty tight, and I'm a believer in momentum. And if the momentum is heading in one trajectory, I think we should watch it.
Right. We also have Geeta Bhatt, political analyst, joining us. Ma'am, Jan Ki Baat Rajasthan is saying that BJP could be getting around 100 to 122 seats in Rajasthan. And of course, Congress reduced to around 62 to 85 seats. I mean, this goes with the tradition of this state that has not voted back an incumbent in the last 30 years. But clearly, Mr. Gehlot was trying very hard with his welfare push and also other things. But if these numbers are true, then the BJP's emphasis on law and order and SIT into paper leaks seems to have worked.
Well, yes, definitely, Vasudhaji, in fact, in all the states we see the incumbent, whosoever is in charge of the government, definitely has an anti-incumbency factor. But specifically speaking in Rajasthan, if we see how the corruption has been a very major issue, also in terms of, as you talked about, the welfare schemes, which were given a big push by Mr. Gehlot. But if you look at all the welfare schemes, largely they have not been, giving deliverables there. Even in terms of the ration that, the chief minister was giving in his name, the quality of the masalas that were being given and the wheat it was so poor that people were not even ready to even give it to the animals. Also in terms like for wooing the women voters, the chief minister had had launched a campaign where mobile phones were to be given to women who were more than 18 years of age. And it was said that, worth 18,000 rupees will be spent on giving a mobile phone to each of women. But somehow, it was never fulfilled. Right. So that is there. And I would also like to, because Telangana has gone to the polls today. So in Telangana also we see, considering that it was the youngest state in the country, and it has only seen one chief minister till date. So this time, I think the issue of of the statehood of Telangana, which has been an emotional issue, which Mr. Rao has always been, in the past elections, that has been a major issue, and as a emotional issue, as an emotive issue for the politicians. This time it seems there are other issues which have also been raised by people, and
10 years is a long time for emotion to possibly die out and look at work and other things. But as you're speaking about that, ma'am, we are flashing the first quick. I don't know, because polling is still on, and you already have the first exit poll on Telangana that's out, which is the Jan Ki Baat exit poll, which is out of the 119 seats, it's predicting 40 to 55 for the Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti, 48 to 64 for the Congress, 7 to 13 for the BJP. Remember, in 2018, the BJP had only one MLA. And then the AIMIM, 4 to 7 as well.